Um, I'm a world creator for VR chat, and I'm a new streamer to the game sort of thing. Um, I've made about 40 worlds. I have 40 worlds uploaded on my account right now.
What?
Um, yeah, like
Damn. I didn't know
it's
that.
probably at 50 now. I don't know. That was last time I
Holy
checked. I don't know.
crap.
um, I made Neko Nights, that club world that you see on
Mm-hmm.
some other streams and stuff. I made I made the ALA base for Zentrea. You had her on the show like
Yeah, yesterday.
last week or yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
And I made a few other worlds and stuff like that, mostly commission work and stuff. I stream some games and stuff. I stream Destiny 2, sometimes VR chat, and a little bit of Beat Saber as well.
Oh,
That's a little bit about
nice.
me, you know.
Oh.
Yeah,
I forgot you made the Anti-Loot Army base. I infiltrated that place once upon a time.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, when the roleplay was going on, I infiltrated it, and then I found like that I think it was a pillow or a picture, and it was like a loot picture of Zentrea. That was nice. That was a good time.
Oh, there was like a little section in there that we put like a little lewd shrine. I had
Oh
like the
my
Zentra in there,
god.
like Neko art or whatever, made by
Whoa.
JT.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was some crazy stuff.
JT's he's a good person. He draws a lot of nice art.
Yeah.
Infamous on nice. Well, anyway, my first question is, how did you discover VR chat? Did you start in desktop or VR? And what time frame was this?
So, first up, before we go any further, should I look at you? Should I is the camera there somewhere? I don't know where it is.
It's in front of
Like
you.
I've never done an interview before. Is it okay?
You can look at me or look at them. You can do both. I typically just look forward or look at you. You know, it's how it is.
I gotcha. All right, this is my first interview, so it's a little wacky. I started playing VR chat and around when Knuckles the Knuckles meme started up, so I was like um January 2018. Um,
Oh, so you're a
I
boomer.
I didn't
I
actually
mean zoomer.
I didn't I didn't get into the game because of Knuckles. I got into the game because I saw one of James Ski's videos. One of my friends was watching it, and I just happened to look at it, and I thought,
Hmm.
hey, that's a pretty cool looking game. Um, at first, I was a little bit skeptical of it because I saw that it was VR. I was like, oh, can I don't think I can play that, but it looks really fun. And then I looked into it on Steam, and I was like, oh, hey, you can play it on desktop. So I started out playing VR chat on desktop for about maybe 800 hours, and then I finally
Whoa.
got VR and a good enough PC to actually use my hands and use my feet. Yay!
I haven't got the feet part yet. You know, I'm still a noob in that department. 800
Sorry,
hours?
you'll get it someday.
That's crazy though. I think by the time I got VR, it took me a month. It took me from I played December 10th and I got VR January like 15th or something like that. It took me a month and I think I had like 350 or 400 hours before I got VR. Because I played like 10 hours a day.
Damn.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But
Um, at that time, when I first started, I I was just playing around trying to
mhm.
find like some groups. I didn't really know what the point of the game was, to be totally honest. I was like, uh, this is whole new to me. I never played a social game before. Like I never played like Second Life or other stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But I I checked into it and I was like, okay, well, it seems to be like a social game. So you talk with people, you get to choose your own avatar and everything. And then like eventually I was like, hey, I want my own avatar. And I
Mhm.
was like, I looked into it and I'm like, I can't do that. Like, that ain't for
I
me, man. That's
can't
too
do
complicated.
that. I'll pay
I
someone to
can't do
do it.
that. Exactly. Thus we have this. Um, but I looked into some other creations for this stuff because I wanted to do more with the game than just chatting about. So I looked into world creation within like maybe 2-3 months of starting the game. By that time, I had my own friend group, and then I got into the world creation stuff.
Mhm.
So that's actually why I have 800 hours because 800 hours in desktop because I was just grinding out worlds so I can make the money to buy my new PC. I used the game as a
Oh.
platform to
Okay.
get to where I am now, basically.
Yeah, I just begged for money. It'd be like that sometimes.
So it do. Goddamn.
I mean,
I
I say that nonchalantly, but I mean, when I got my VR, I set up a goal and I had viewers and people donated it towards, and I got this Oculus Rift that I still have to this day. It's the same one. It's like falling apart, but it's the same one that I originally got.
still works.
It
Still works like
still
a charm, yeah.
works. Okay, it barely. It like
Barely.
it's falling up. It doesn't
Okay.
even the earphones don't even work. So I took them off and used my own wireless headphones. The screen is like has like spots on it that don't come off. I don't know. It's got
Oh
the
no.
foam was falling apart, so I had to super glue it. You had to use that Gorilla Glue, you know, slap it back
Oh yeah,
together,
yeah.
and then my headset itself, it black screens and overheats, and it has issues. It's gonna probably break any one of these days. I'm gonna be desktop Andy soon, you know.
You'll get it again. You'll get it. This time you'll
Yeah,
get a Vive.
no, I'm
Better
gonna
get a
get
Vive.
no. My current
Or
goal,
next.
my current donation goal is to get index plus full body tracking so I can shake my booty.
Yeah. Move
Exactly.
your feet around. You can dance. You can dance,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I want to get in the reason why I want to get index because it's better than the Vive, and I get fingers so I can point at people.
You like to do
Yeah, like exactly like that. I want that. What the hell?
that? It's
But
pretty neat.
but anyway, my next question. So I wanted to talk for a bit. My next question is, how did you create your OC, your character? So the one that you
Oh,
represents you.
that's an interesting story. I I'd always liked like when it came to like outfit design and stuff. I've always been a fan of like jackets and stuff like that. Um, so I knew like for the first off, I was like, I want to get a really banging jacket. I want something that looks sick, something that
Uh-huh.
looks good,
Yeah.
something clean.
Mm.
So like that was number one priority. And then I was like, you know what? Let's go for a cute anime girl. We'll make her a Fox girl because my name, yeah, Foxy and stuff. And
What?
I was like,
What if you were a cat girl
what?
instead? Oh shit.
Don't bring that up! Don't bring that up! Don't bring it up! You don't know me from then. I did have a cat girl avatar at one point, but
What the hell? You're contradicting yourself, bro.
it, listen, I had to go for something more permanent. Thus, we have this now. But
Jesus.
I didn't really have like a huge like big idea in my head. I let my friend, my mall maker, and my friend Bloodman just go with whatever he wanted,
Did you say that was
basically.
your mom?
And then what?
I swear you said mom. Unless I'm old.
No,
I thought
no,
you said mom.
Bloodman.
Yeah, you said Bloodman.
Blood.
I swear to God, I thought you said Bloodman, my mom. I was like, wait, what?
Oh no, no.
Hey, if he makes your avatar, technically is your creator and your mom, so.
Oh shit. That ain't no. That ain't it.
Okay.
Mm-mm. But I I talked with Blub and he just went about and did what he wanted with it. So it's partially I guess his design, but I mean I bought the avatar, so
Okay.
like I don't know at that point. I mean I just get a bunch of art of it now, so it's like okay,
Floof Squad.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Fox. Listen, there's a hidden war. It's raging on in
Hidden
VR
war.
chat. The Fox girls versus cat girls. I mean, Neko girls.
Mhm.
How do you feel about this?
I mean it's pretty evident.
Oh
Fox
yeah.
girls are clearly better. Yeah.
Whoa!
Fox,
What is this,
Fox girls are
Twilight?
clearly
What
better.
is this, vampires and
I'm
werewolves?
telling you right now, man. Those cats, they got inferior tails and they got inferior
Oh
ears.
my
Like, come on, dude.
god.
My ears are way more floppy than theirs.
Someone said, what about wolf girls? Okay, if you're part of the fox, wolf, dog, whatever, they're all the same family, alright? They're all on the
Oh my
same
god.
side, and the cat girls and the I don't know also other kind of cats there are. Bobcats. I don't know. Mountain lions or something. I don't know.
I
Tigers.
don't think you'd ever see a bobcat girl. If someone
Tiger
has
girl, dude.
a bobcat girl, if I see that, I'm gonna be surprised. I
Okay, where's the
challenge someone to do that.
hippopotamus girl?
That too. Like,
Come
oh,
on. Come
got a
on,
lot of
VR
variety.
chat. Listen, VR chat, all you got is wolf girls and I mean fox girls and cat girls. What come on, VR chat. There's more than just cats and dogs. Jesus, man. You could be like uh, uh okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Fuck the other ones. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. What the fuck would you else be in this game? Huh?
Just stick with the what's normal, okay? Just don't go too far, that sort of thing. Like
What do you
hippopotamus
mean?
girls,
What do you
it's a
mean,
little.
man? What do you mean, man? I'm neither, dude. I'm just a
You're
badass.
pretty plain badass,
No,
yeah.
I'm just thick. That's my background. Shark
Yeah,
girls. Oh yeah, shark girl. Monster girls. Where's the monster girls at? I know there's shark girls in this game. Zombies and dark skin elves.
that's where it's at.
That's spooky. She's a dark elf. Where's the
Yeah.
orc girls at? Smork.
You're going a little far, man.
What do you mean? I'm going down the rabbit hole. What do you mean?
Back it out. Get yourself out of
All
there,
right,
man.
all right. Tell me some stories you remember from VR chat. Recent memories or older ones.
Oh, I gotta think about this one.
Alien girls.
Well, when you say like stories, like just like funny,
Just
I don't
something you
know, funny
remember,
things that have happened.
like oh, I remember this one time when this one thing happened and it was really funny.
Okay. Um, well, um, gosh, I remember a lot of shit, but it's hard for me to like recall and stuff like that. There was like this one time, I guess, where we were in one of those like apartment worlds, and it was this one where you could actually like open up the doors, like and like physically like drag it open, sort of thing. And we go into like one of the bathroom areas, and I'm really tired, so I'm like laying down, and then people they just someone had just like I guess got the idea to like take pictures and stuff, and then JT was there, JT Senpai,
Mm-hmm.
and he started taking pictures too, and then that surfaced on Twitter, and then it got really awkward for me because like it was pretty sexualized, and like I didn't mean for it to be that way at all.
Whoa.
I was
Welcome to
laying
VR
down.
chat.
I was just chilling out. I was just chilling out, but people had to make it into something it wasn't, you know? Just sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah, sometimes it'd
Um,
be like that.
there was another time where I had started up like a waifu war on Twitter.
What?
You remember that
Oh yeah,
when I
when the
like
fox girls and
made
cat
that tier
girls, bro.
list
Yeah, I made.
when I made
Oh, the
the
tier
tier
list.
list.
Oh yeah, when tier lists were a thing, I remember.
Yeah. I made like a tier list, like going from top to bottom, and like fox girls, wolf girls, and then like cat girls, like demon girls, and then like all other girls, and
Wow,
then
what the hell?
I'm sorry,
Damn, dude.
but people had then people were coming to me like in VR chat who follow me on Twitter, and they were like trying to like debate with me. I'm like, listen, you have to chill out because I'm right, you're wrong. Get out of here, out of my sight.
Damn, dude. Starting wars in VR chat. What the hell's wrong with you?
It's all right, because you know what, I'm right.
Oh, okay.
I can't be wrong.
I mean,
I can't be wrong.
everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's what freedom
That's
of
fair enough.
speech is,
Fair enough.
brother. God damn. That's what our forefathers
I'm
fought
joking
for.
when I say that. I can be wrong. Yes, I am joking when I say that. I don't want to appear arrogant because I'm not.
What about
I,
robot girls?
they're all right, but can you really classify them as a girl, or are they just like a
What do you
like a
mean?
machine?
It's 2019.
They're just fair enough. We have
Wait, what do you think? What do you think?
people.
What do you think's Kimple is?
Kimple's just a bot, just a machine robot.
What the hell, man? That's robotist. What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm
Telling
sorry.
Kimple
I'm
that.
sorry.
What
Shit.
the hell, man?
Don't tell Kimple that. Kimple will kill me.
What do you mean? Yeah. What do you think Zone is?
Yeah.
Robots.
Who's Zone?
You know who
Who's
Zone
Zone?
is? Oh, you're not old enough to know who Zone
No,
is. Zone
I
is
I guess not.
You ever go on
I
Newgrounds?
should preface that I am 18 years old. I am
Yeah,
18 years
you
old.
ever go on
I should
Newgrounds?
preface that. No, but I probably should.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, back in the day, when there was a good time on Newgrounds and you were searching up these nice animations, you should look up Teen Titans, animation by Zone
Oh
on
no.
Newgrounds. Some good
Oh no.
quality stuff
Sounds
on
bad.
there. You'd be enlightened. You become a new man after that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I
anyway.
mean, if Newgrounds is what I think it is, then I guess I
Oh
should
no,
bring up that
what?
I guess I should bring up that Sankaku Complex follows me on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why.
Newgrounds is it's like
Yeah.
it was a place for artists and animators to like post their stuff. That's all it was, but like it did have like
Okay.
18 plus content on there or like teen rate, you know what I mean? It had like mini games and stuff like that. It was really
Okay, so
popular.
it just like kind of like was a split. It had like different
Yeah, it had
avenues and stuff you
different
could go for.
categories,
Okay.
and that's where like if you ever watched Game Grumps, like Ego Raptor started. A lot of like Ross.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the old animators started on Newgrounds. It was like it's really old community, and it's still around. I don't know how popular it is nowadays. I just knew back in the day everyone went to Newgrounds to play like little silly games or show off their animations, and then they eventually, most of them all went to YouTube because YouTube's the bigger platform and more exposure.
Yeah, fair enough.
So my next question: how did you start as a streamer, or did you start as a YouTuber? What inspired you to do what you do today, or who inspired you?
Well, I'd always wanted to put out content for others. Like this was like something that I wanted to ever since I was maybe like 12 or something, or maybe even 10. Like ever since I started watching YouTube, I thought, damn, that must be so cool to put out like content for others to look at and
Yeah.
stuff. I was really interested in it, but what it came down to was I had a lot of limiting factors to it. I didn't have a good enough PC to record stuff in the first place. I didn't
Damn.
have any avenues to record stuff or do anything to put out there for people to see in the first place. And I was also quite shy, and I still sort of am, but I think I've gotten better at it. I've always been one to be a little bit more self-conscious about my voice and like how I appear to others and stuff. Streaming definitely has helped me with that a bit, but there was that initial jump that I had to go through to get to the point where I am now and be a little bit more comfortable with myself. It's always, I feel like it's all like one of those barriers that everyone has to get over because not everyone is super comfortable with themselves and like their voice. And I can't begin to tell you how many people tell me they're not like happy with their voice or
I think that's
they think their
everybody.
voice is annoying or something. Yeah, that's probably everyone.
Everyone hates their own voice.
So when you look at it, like that's one of the things you have to get over and just be like, hey, if some people like it, then cool. I don't,
Yeah.
but they might. That sort of thing.
I mean, when I was growing up, my parents always told me I should have a voice for radio or like talk shows and stuff. And here I am.
There you go. You did it.
So I guess I
You
did it.
you made it happen in your own way.
Hey, I made it happen in my own. Yeah, exactly. No, well, for me, the reason why I'm so comfortable with talking to anyone or talking to myself for like 10 hours a day is because I used to do YouTube way back in 2012, way before VR chat. So it was very awkward for me when I first started doing Let's Plays because you sit down in a single player game and you talk to yourself and you have to entertain yourself and you have to be like, oh my god, look, oh, you know, like, whatever. Like,
Shit, look at that, dude. That guy just killed that guy. Whoa.
And it's just like, and then very often my parents would be like, who the hell are you talking to? Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
You're like, You're like,
My
don't worry about it,
friends.
Mom. That's
I'm
okay.
talking to my friends on
I'm talking with
Skype.
my friends.
I'm talking to my friends on
Yeah, I'm
Skype.
talking with my friends. Ooh.
And
Um,
yeah, I just got used to that idea, and obviously I played PC games growing up, like Counter-Strike 1.6 and the old Source games, and eventually Xbox Live, and I would talk to randoms and trash talk every day. So eventually, to a point, I just grew a thick skin, and nothing really bothers me in terms of verbal abuse. But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
you just get used to the idea. You know, it's not like you just pick up a mic and then you just start talking about whatever, okay? It's not how that works. Like, if I was to do public speaking, like stand in front of 200 people in real life, I'd probably be shy and fuck up. But, like, if I'm sitting on my computer talking to people, that's easy mode. Because I've done it for so many
Yeah,
years.
you feel a little bit more at home doing that
Yeah, exactly. I'm not used to
versus
public speaking.
like, yeah,
So,
I get that.
you just get used to it, you know. A lot of people think that like you're just naturally born with it. Some people are, right? But at the end of the
I
day,
mean,
everything's a skill.
yeah,
Like you get better.
yeah,
Every human gets better the more times you do something. That's just the way it is. Repetition is the easiest way to master something, right? So
yeah, for
like
sure, for sure.
for anything, like if you want to learn how to draw, you don't just start drawing one day and be like, "Oh man, I'm an expert." Like no, it takes years of practice. So if you put the time into drawing, you're going to learn how to draw. If you want to know how to publicly speak or stream, then you just keep at it. You're going to get better at it. So,
Yeah,
it's the same thing with a lot of things in life. I think a lot of people forget
yeah.
that.
I will say that like with streaming and putting out content for others to see, I think that it is definitely easier for some people over others. They do have like personality tests you can do, and one of those personalities is the entertainer personality, and
Yeah.
those people are definitely going to have an easier time
You play to your
getting
strengths.
into it. Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't have to be
Um,
funny to be entertaining or be popular, as the kids would say. You know, some people stream on Twitch and they're only known for being good at like playing a game like Call of Duty or something. Like if you're really good at a game, people will watch you. If you're really entertaining, people watch you. If you're really, you know,
yeah,
funny or good at interactions or good for, you know what I mean? Like you play to your strengths. You're not going to do something you're not comfortable with. I mean, you can, but it's a little bit harder. If you're doing something that you're, you know, comfortable with, then you're probably gonna do better at that. You know, you're just not gonna like be like, oh, I'm not really good at this game, but I'm gonna be totally good at this. You know what I mean? Like it's whatever you want
yeah,
to grow with.
yeah.
That's the
Um,
that's what I would say.
yeah, for sure. You asked who I have as like inspirations and stuff, and
Yeah.
I'll say that uh, two ones that are really stand out, or maybe even three, would be Nags, Nags 21, Zentrea, and Whoops. Um, I I know I first started like watching VR chat from James Ski and stuff, but
Mhm.
Whoops was the one that I continuously watched over and over again after seeing James Ski's videos.
Hey, I know that guy.
Um, he was he was that first creator that I really saw who was putting out some really funny content and really cool
Mhm.
content with him just hanging out with his friends and buddies and stuff. And I really like that. Unfortunately, you don't see that much content, but much of that type of content on VR chat anymore. And I would like to see that, but I get that
Yeah. What the hell?
that type of time for VR chat has kind of stopped. It's become more of, hey, we're drinking in VR. Ooh. Like, not trying to point any fingers or anything, but
Damn.
like,
Damn,
it
dude.
happens sometimes. It
What do you mean?
happens
Every
sometimes,
weekend is
and
drinking night in this game.
yeah, it's true. It's true. And I mean, it's not bad content. It's not bad content. People
I
can put
wouldn't.
out content that they want,
I wouldn't call that
and you.
content. That's like me going to a bar and recording it. It's not really
I
content.
mean, everyone has everyone has their own definition of it. So I'm not judging. I'm not judging anyone, but I've seen a shift in the type of content that's come out for the game. Um, and I'm not saying that Whoops's is better than, or Whoops's was better. I don't know if he does VR chat anymore in the first place, but like times change, things change.
He
So
doesn't stream it, he plays the game though.
yeah, I've seen him from time to time. I like Zentrea. Zentrea's been a really good friend of mine for quite a while now. I mean, I made them the ALA base. I looked up to them for a very long time, and um, I feel pretty lucky that I get to know them and get to talk with them very often, and that they're my like, one of my closest friends that I've had. I feel like I can talk with them about a lot of things that
Mm-hmm.
um, I wouldn't really talk about with many other people and stuff. So it's really cool that I get to have like one of my greatest inspirations as my best friend at the same time. Um, it's it gives me like a new insight on it, sort of thing. Um, that they are a normal person. They're just a normal person putting out content for others to see, and it's one of those really cool things that you can see them for as a fan and as a close friend. You can see them as both, um, and I really like that. I think that's really cool. Um, as for Nags, I've always looked up to the guy. I thought that he's always been funny. He's always been um, really interesting, and
Mm-hmm.
I I find it really cool that I get to know him as well. I think we're friends, maybe not close friends, but I like to view us as friends, and I talk with him pretty often. And I've worked for him a few times by making worlds for him and stuff. Um, the guy pays pretty handsomely too, and I appreciate that.
Oh.
Yeah. Um, he's a he's always told me money isn't an issue, and I always appreciate that he's understanding of how much time and effort gets put into the stuff that you make. Um, that sort of thing really means a lot, hearing that from a creator to another creator that puts out a little bit of a different types of creations. Like he's doing content creation, I'm doing content creation and world creation, and seeing that he understands that world creation takes time as well is really nice, really
Mm-hmm.
cool. Um, I and I mean, he's got that type of personality where you can latch onto it and
Mm-hmm.
just really have a good time, no matter what you're doing, that sort of thing. He can make almost any situation funny or just very interesting. So I look up to him in a lot of regards too, and his marketing skills are crazy good. Like I mean, he went to college for that too, so
Yeah, he worked
that's
in a
pretty nice.
marketing place, so I mean, if he wasn't
Yeah.
good at marketing, that'd be quite embarrassing.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
I'm just saying.
That's my inspiration, so yeah.
My next question is thoughts on the community as time went on. So, what I mean by that is like many people I've brought on here, it seems to be quite the trend, like you alluded to earlier, where talking about like content creation, but I'm talking more of just the generalized broad idea of viewer chat and how, you know, this game really started blowing up in the end of 2017 to now it's 2019. The community has like this shift in terms of it, like what do you think about that? Like, do you think it's bad? Is it good? Do you agree with the shift? Do you think, we should go back to the old ways? Like, what do you think of this community?
Um, what I would like to think about that would be I think that while we look back on past times very fondly, we look back on it and we think of the good times and not necessarily the bad times as much as the good times.
Mhm.
And that while that doesn't get rid of the good times that happened and the fond times and the fond memories we had, um, we can't ignore the strides we've made in this period of time, but we can't ignore the negative impacts and negative effects that have also happened. I don't think VR chat is necessarily better or worse than what it was back in 2017, 2018, because feature wise, I think the game has improved with their quality and stuff. And like while some features that come out for the game are not necessarily like the greatest, some of them break and stuff. And the
Mhm.
community is pretty vocal about like telling like the game like, yo, fix your systems, like come on, like
Yeah,
get that under
fix this
check.
game, dude. Come on.
um And while some people say that the developers don't listen, they do. It's just they're kind of slow. I think it's mostly
Where's
just
my
that they're
cut of the
slow.
10 million, bro?
Series C
What?
investment fund or
Listen,
something like
man,
that.
I'm
Whatever they
blunt.
did, yeah.
Where's my cut? Just
Give me a
saying.
cut too, then.
Yeah, where's our
Give me
cut?
a cut.
Yeah, come on, man. You can spare like
um,
$50. Come on.
yeah. Let me buy my dinner for tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, buy me some
That sort of
booze.
thing.
Come on.
But I think that community wise, it definitely has gone through a shift. But I can't say that it's really better or worse now. Um, like for content creation wise, um, back in like the earlier days when the game was getting popular and stuff,
Mhm.
we had people putting out content that was them hanging out with their friends,
Yes.
and spending time with their friends and their funny moments and stuff.
Goofy
But
improv. Yeah.
um, over time, though, we saw that fade out, because more and more, these friends started feeling like they were, I guess, being used for content or other reasons, or getting burnt out. Um, I can't say for sure what these reasons were, or why these were happening and stuff, but like it was getting phased out by some other content. Um, I can't really remember the. I remember there was a lot of hard times going through the community, in maybe March or April of 2018. But I don't remember. I remember some of the examples, but um, like I felt like overall that period of time was just more of a down period where most people were feeling upset about various stuff. A lot of sad things happened in the community wise for large members on Twitter and stuff. Um, and I feel like that spread to um, the rest of the community in a way, and made that overall period feel more down than to have more good times and stuff. Um, what what one of my friends told me. Um, they told
Mhm.
me that the community isn't just the content creators and the people on Twitter. It is all about the grassroots, about the people who play the game consistently, and they may not be on social media. They may just be playing the game with their friends. The community isn't just content creators. It isn't just map creators. It isn't just avatar creators. It isn't just people on Twitter. It is everyone who plays this game. Um, so we can't put everything that we've been dealing with the people on Twitter and the content creators and everything. We can't put that as a general statement to the entire community of the game, because the entire community of the game doesn't all think like the people on Twitter and like the people who are content creators or who hang out with them. There are some people who do not know who James Ski is, or who Whoops is, or any of these big creators for the game. There are plenty of people who do not pay attention to that at all, and they are unaffected by what is happening on Twitter and what is happening with these content creators. They play the game to hang out with their friends,
True.
but they're still part of the community. They're still part of the community just the same. So I think overall we can't really judge what changed in the community, like content creation wise, or video wise, because that doesn't account for the entire community as a whole. That accounts for a small section of the people who are vocal on social media. There are plenty of people who play this game now. I don't know the statistics, but there are plenty of people who play the game. Um,
6,000
I just 6,000. Okay,
to 8,000.
is that active? Is that
It's
active, or is that
yeah,
like,
that's active concurrent plays every day,
yeah?
roughly. That's the last
And it
time I
goes up
checked it.
typically on the weekends.
Yeah, for fun time. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's about the average. It hasn't really gone down. Maybe it's gone up a little bit because like holidays and stuff, but it's like there's still an active player base. Before I get into that, I
yeah.
wanted to read what Lanfear wrote in the chat. She says, Getting back to the other question, the shift in content focus, I think there's been more a shift in focus towards world creators and all the amazing things they make and release, especially most recently. I agree on that.
I
I
think that's
mean,
fair.
I,
I think that's fair. Yeah. Um, a lot of people are now commissioning
worlds.
people worlds and stuff like that. And as a world creator, I want to like I feel like I won't say that I was like one of the first, but I think that I um I definitely put myself out there like very often when I first started out, and when I never like before like I had thought about it, like I never seen someone else go to another person to commission a world. So when I thought about that, I was like, maybe I'll try this. I realized later on that hey, there are people who do this, but it's still a very niche thing and very low
Yeah, compared
on
to
the
avatars.
compared to avatars. So I'm glad that I capitalized on it
Mm-hmm.
because I definitely made a good profit off of it, and I feel I provided a good product as well. I feel like both sides benefited from it. I was able to get VR. I was able to get a new PC. I was able to buy the art that I'd like and the avatars I'd like and other stuff. And people got a good product from myself. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I put my heart and soul into everything I made. I worked hard, um, maybe a little bit too hard to the point where I kind of fucked up my body, but um, that's not a story for
Damn.
another time. Um, I got a little too focused on my work, but um,
Hearts in the
I'm
chat.
glad that I hope that I'm glad that focus on world creation is becoming more prevalent because they've been largely underrated and underappreciated beforehand. So I'm glad that that shift is happening. I think that's good. And not to take away from any other person, like any other focus. I think Avatar creators still deserve a good amount of focus because they create the personalities for the game and the people, and they create yourself for the game, like how you look. And that's just as important as the places you're hanging out in.
Mm-hmm. I get what you mean. Well, the one thing I wanted to talk about in terms of like shifting community, you brought up a lot of good points. Like obviously the average player doesn't watch streamers. Actually, most people who play VR chat, not all of them, but a great deal of them actually do not like streamers or YouTubers. They feel that we are the plague of the earth
That's true.
and that
Yeah.
we destroy this game and that we're disgusting, even though this game got really popular because of all the streamers and YouTubers. And a lot of people, almost everyone I interviewed, said that they came to this game because of a YouTuber or streamer. So it's like,
Yep.
come on, we're not like the plague of the earth here. Come on. Like, if I understand that if like someone, let's say you're chilling with your homies, you don't want to be on stream, and someone comes in like, yo, I'm streaming, then just block them, dude. You don't need to like cry about it on Twitter, bro. Come on.
I actually like people talk about that, but I haven't seen that in so long now.
I think it's
Like,
isolated incidents. I think it's just like some random
yeah, like I
like
haven't seen that happen like ever, or like, if I have, it's been very rare. And I think most people are understanding if like someone wants to keep things private and they'll just leave. I
go
think
to a
most
private
people are
world.
adult enough. I think
Easy.
most people are adult enough to know some of these common things. I don't think streamers are the the plague of the game. Um, and well, while I maybe you'll think I'm biased because of that, because I am a streamer myself.
Hmm.
I've only streamed this game with my own lobbies that I myself host. So people know when they join me that I am streaming.
Yes.
Um, so I guess you have to give off that. I mean, it's important to let people know, I guess. But
Stream, by the way.
yes,
I mean, that's what my social
um,
says.
I feel like people have the right to know, but you don't need to be shoved in your face at the same time. Definitely.
I
Like,
I've been playing this game for a long time, and I can say it's very rare that ever happens. Like
yeah, for sure.
anyone who was already a streamer prior to VR chat, especially the bigger ones that are already established and already partnered, don't act like that.
Yeah,
They're perfectly fine. They've been around. This is not their first rodeo, so they know how to act, and a lot of them passed on their knowledge to me and other newer streamers. And we all know how to act around people and not be disrespectful and rude. Everyone's a person, not an object, and not someone's content.
for sure.
And
Yeah,
I feel like the mentality is that like I don't know if it's out of desperation or like some people like start streaming the game. They're like they feel like, oh, I have to like shove my camera in this person's face and be lewd or be stupid or make something happen and beg for attention or something like that. But I mean, there's always
yeah,
people like that in every community. It doesn't matter what game or what you're doing. People are gonna be like that, and especially in a game like this, you just click the person, boom, block. It's not that hard. Like I don't understand.
yeah. If you don't want to see someone or you don't want to like
Exactly.
engage with someone, you
Hey,
don't have to.
hey, hey, listen.
Unlike real life.
That's the words.
Unlike real
So
life.
that's the words. The devs themselves. They said that, you know, we can't be in every lobby policing and moderating everything. Your experience is tailored to the way you play the game. If you want to sit in front of a mirror for 6 hours a day, then that's your experience. If you want to go to Publix and explore and talk to people, then that's your experience. You want to drink every weekend, that's your experience. If you don't like something, either leave or block the person, or just don't be there. Like, if you're gonna be in a toxic environment, why would you stay there? If you have control over it, then you can just block it. That's why this game enables you to block people. It's very simple.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think
Like
people forget
unlike
that.
real life, you have the power and
Mhm.
this virtual world to not interact and not see or totally disregard another person's existence in this game at least. Like you can go to anyone and you can
Mhm.
click on them and you can block them. You can mute them, you can not hear them and still see their character. You can hide their avatar and still hear them.
Mhm.
You can and you can legit just leave. You can go to another place and a lot of people who have this game have Discord. So if you need to talk with someone in private, or like if you want to get someone to join you in another world, but you don't want to join that world,
Mhm.
message them on Discord. Like,
Exactly.
not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Narish says it's hard when you get noticed though in public lobbies though. People invite crashers and such. My whole thing is RPing people in public lobbies, so it gets annoying when you get DDoS just for hanging out. I mean, you're you're talking about VR chat in Publix in 2019. I mean, there's gonna be shitty people and crashers and stuff like that because it's very easy to get those crasher clients and modified clients. It's very simple and very easy. People have shown me
It's not
it's
even.
stupid easy to get those types of stuff. And I feel like, as my advice to you, my man, you shouldn't rely on people in Publix to be the content. You shouldn't focus on that because that's random and it's unpredictable. You should be in a controlled
Yeah.
environment with like your friends
Make your own
or
content.
make your own lobbies and focus on that. I mean, it's fun when it's random and spontaneous, and it's more fun when it's improv. But like when I played when I was with Team Five, we made our own lobbies, friends lobbies, and we interacted with each other. We didn't rely on randos to provide stuff with us, and most of the time people didn't want to be on camera. They'd be like, "Fuck off, loser," and like tell you off. So like
Get
for
out of here,
me,
loser.
yeah. So like I feel like you shouldn't really rely on randoms to be your content. I'm not saying you should like say to your friends, "Yo, give me content," not like that, but you know what I mean. Just make your own lobbies and go from there.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
what I would suggest.
Um, and unfortunately, there still is that whole stigma of streamers being, with all like people hating streamers and everything. And I wish people would be more understanding and realize that, um, like, not everyone streams this game anymore. Like, a lot of people have branched off into their own content. They branched off into other games and stuff.
Mhm.
And just because someone's streaming doesn't mean they're a lesser human being. Um, they have just as much of a right as you do to hang out with their friends and stuff.
Exactly.
And if their friends say don't want to be on camera, then those friends should be vocal and tell them, "Hey, I don't want to be on camera." You don't have to
Exactly.
be rude about it. You don't have to be rude about it. You can state it, and if they don't listen to you, or if they don't back out, you can one block them. You can two just leave. Like, no big deal. Or
I
you can ask them to leave.
I feel like the problem is a lot of people don't have social skills and can't understand how to DM people and figure things out.
The Unfortunately, a lot of people I feel who um, play VR chat because they lack certain social skills. And that's not to degrade anyone. Because I myself, I feel I do have some social issues. I feel like I am not the best in a lot of social situations,
Hmm.
but a lot of people play VR chat, I think, because they want to get better at it, or they want to make up for the social experience they didn't have previous or currently.
Hmm.
Um, because every single human being, no matter the type of person, human beings as just natural as human beings as we are, um, we are social animals. We are social. That is how we are. And there are some people out there who are introverted and stuff. I get that, but a lot of people desire social interaction.
Hmm.
And if they didn't receive that in some sort of avenue, uh, um, IRL, or like anywhere IRL, they might come to VR chat to uh, receive that in a way, and
Hmm.
in their own tailored experience. So
Uh,
I do think that a lot of people lack those skills, and maybe they're trying to regain them or gain some social skills by playing the game. Um,
hmm.
but I think that since most people have those issues, they're not really gaining any knowledge at the same time sometimes because of if everyone has these social issues in a way, how are they going to know what is normal if everyone has these problems? That sort of thing.
True.
You see where I'm coming from? Like that you can't learn um, what is right if no one knows what is right, basically. So if no one knows how to DM, how is someone going to realize, oh hey, maybe I should DM this person? They're not going
Um,
to realize that.
just talking about privately. It doesn't have to be a DM.
That's fair.
It's just
That's
like
true. That's true.
it's the mentality of like what I always tell people, man. Like I feel like a lot of people spread drama and lies and be public about issues with people because they know that there's more eyes on the issue.
Attention.
Attention.
Attention seeking is
It's
a huge
attention
deal.
seeking. So like I've had issues
Yep.
with many people, and I just DM them and I sort it out. And if it doesn't work out, then I guess goodbye. That's about it. You know, close that door. See you later. Like I don't have to
Yep.
DM every single
Easy.
time, or sorry, I don't have to publicly tweet every time I have a disagreement with
Yeah.
somebody. You know.
Definitely. Definitely. For sure.
Um, Lanfear wrote a long message. I'm just gonna paraphrase it, but she said, basically talking about it depends on the public world you go to. If you go like the Great Pug or a really popular world, it's more often you're gonna find those crashers and those shitty people. But if you go to a very
Definitely.
smaller population world that doesn't have as many people, it's very unlikely, and that's 100% true.
That's very
I
true.
literally go to like high population worlds. It's very highly that I'll meet those shitty people on stream. If I go to like a lower population world like Japan China or any of the smaller worlds, it's very unlikely I'll meet bad people. But obviously if I'm streaming, it's pretty easy to stream snipe in this game, let's be real here. But if I wasn't streaming, then yeah, I wouldn't meet any bad people, I'd just meet normal people, so I get what she's saying.
Yeah.
Um,
For sure.
Narish has a long message. He says, I do RP with Purple Lotus, Light Times, and a few other groups, but a lot of people like me going out and RPing with people who are new to the game. I don't know, I used to RP with Stealth back in early 2018, and when we used to RP in those public lobbies, it was just a lot of fun. I used to only stay in private rooms, but I'm tired of playing Mirror Simulator with half the streaming community in this game. Um, well, like what Lanfear said, like it depends on what you're doing, my man. If you want to go, just go to less popular worlds, or go to like Oculus, or sorry, not, or Quest worlds. Like you go to Pug West and stuff like that, and talk to those people. It's very unlikely they're ever gonna meet a crasher because a crasher can't even. Why? I don't think I've ever met a crasher in a Quest world because they can't even load goddamn avatars. It doesn't even work. So you can try Quest Worlds, man. If the entire engagement is based on you talking to people, then I don't think it really matters what avatar you're using, what avatar they're using, as long as you can interact with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
I just for me, I used to do the whole
And
public thing a year ago, but it's not as feasible anymore. So
it's definitely you make your own experience with the game.
yeah,
You make your own experience. You choose what you do, and you can't make decisions and you can't decide what other people do. Unfortunately,
you
you are not
adapt.
God. You are not God.
I just
Unfortunately,
say you adapt to what the
you would
game
like to be.
is. So if
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I even go to like there's many times I went to a public and nothing happened. Like I try to be funny or entertain or do stuff and nothing happened. Like because some people
Yeah.
are there just to chill and just talk and have like really just a conversation. They're not really there to be like, "Oh, I'm on stream. Whoa." Like I've talked to people and like I
Whoa.
would say I could say the same joke to 10 different people and maybe only half of them will understand it or laugh. And other people would just be like, "Fuck you." It's like, "Get out of my face." I'm like, "Okay." So, anyway, we spent a long time going back and forth,
We
but
talk about the community.
well,
Yeah,
well, yeah. I wanted
definitely.
to go on to my other question. So, what's your thoughts on map creation? I guess we kind of already touched a bit about that, but what do you think about, um, making maps and, as you said, that's your main source of income for getting VR and a lot of stuff. So,
Um, I I love map creation, and the reason why is it's like a lot of different answers and stuff. I feel like you get a level of understanding for level design and placement of various objects in your world. You want to make a world that flows and doesn't feel too crowded, but doesn't feel too open. Um, you also want to create a world that is tailored to what you are, the type of mood or the type of
hmm
I guess the type of world that you're trying to make in the first place. You want to make something that fits that like theme that you were going for. Um, so like for instance, you're not gonna wanna like when you're making a world, it'd be really weird if you're making like a cyberpunk world and you're throwing in like I don't know some flowers and shit. Like have like a flower garden and stuff. Like
I mean, you can do what you want, man. If you want to do that, I mean,
I mean, you can, but that ain't gonna be that. That's gonna be a little wacky when you see that. It gives you you want to give yourself a direction with it, but when you get that direction, you can start tossing ideas, and when you get those ideas, it increases your it is very creative. It's a creative aspect, and um, I find it fun. I find it a lot of fun to experiment with what you can put in and what would you think you would fit and what wouldn't fit with an idea and a theme. Um,
so what you're saying
Another
is I should
thing,
make a box, put a mirror in
you
it,
should make a box. Yeah.
and a box too.
Some people want that lag-free, optimized
That world's not even
experience.
lag free. That's the most misleading thing I've ever seen in my life. That's a lie. It's not
And
even
we got
lag
we got a
free.
story about that as well. I got a story about that. Apparently, I don't know the entire truth about that, but um, they didn't. There was a point in time where they weren't making worlds public that had the term lag free in the title due
Yeah,
to it being a misleading title for the world, and they
yeah.
wouldn't make it public. That was before worlds were automatically set public by community labs. That was a time where the devs went into each world submitted on their little page. They went to every single world and decided, hey, is this public ready? And if so, here you go. Here's your world public, and you can check on the sheet later on and know if it's public or not. And then you tweet it out to your friends. That
Mhm.
sort of thing. That's what you did.
I
Um,
The reason why I asked about world creation is because I feel like there's not enough incentive to really be creative with maps. I've talked about this many times in interviews. What I mean by that is like, if you're not a streamer or someone who's known in the community or like popular, whatever you want to call it, you technically don't really get paid to make maps. So that's why I feel like the current meta of VR chat is just stick a mirror in a world and call it a day. Like if you look at all the popular maps right now, right this second, most of them are very simple, very compacted mirror simulator worlds because why put any effort and then you
Sleep
just
worlds.
and sleep worlds
Yep.
because hey, it's going to get you clicks. I mean, look at the Halloween playlist. Most of those maps are just stick a pumpkin in a world and call it a Halloween map. done. It's the
Yep.
same mentality. You're not going to get paid for it. I mean, some people do. Obviously, like obviously yourself have been paid to make maps, so you put a lot of effort into them, and they're successful. But not the average person in this game. Obviously,
There's not a lot of incentive to make good public worlds.
yeah.
Is what you're trying to say, right? Like, well, good worlds that people can, besides a hangout or a sleep world and stuff. There's not a
Yeah.
lot of good incentive
I'm
to
not.
do like a puzzle world or something, right?
I'm not saying like, oh my god, you shouldn't have made a hangout world. I'm talking about like the mentality that there's like 50 hangout worlds, so there's 50 boxes and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Uh,
and like, oh, and you're like, which one do I choose? Which one do I go to? That sort of thing,
yeah.
right? And yeah, I've always thought that when you have too much of one thing, it it can become a bad thing, and I feel that with the hangout world specifically, because you're like,
Comes the standard.
and it becomes the standard, and also you get to a point where everything is cookie cutter, same thing, so there's no creativity thrown
Mm-hmm.
into it. Um, and that's not interesting, and that's not cool. And then like every month um there'd be a new hangout world that people would all go to, and that one will get popular. And then
Mm-hmm.
next month, hey, there's a new one. Let's go to that one. And I made a tweet about that a while ago. It was like, I'm just noticing like a trend. Like people are going like from this one world this one month, and they're going to this new world, and then this one world that from that previous month, that world's now dead. No one ever goes to that world again. Like it's crazy. Because I remember the Volt Club when that came out.
Yeah, it took 2 years.
That map was phenomenal with the amount of features that it had, but it got a lot of attention like when it first came out, but
And now it's got like 5 people
after
in it.
that, and hardly anyone goes there now.
Yeah.
Um,
It's old
it's
Void Club.
unfortunate because that is a huge because Volt Club is like. Oh, when I look at when I looked at Volt Club, I'm like, this is the pinnacle. This is one of the best worlds that VR Chat has ever had to offer, and hardly anything is going to beat this.
Mm-hmm.
And I still to this day think that's true. Um, it has so many more features and cool little gimmicks in it that no other world will ever have. Because the guy who made it, he dumped a lot of time into that place. He made it from scratch.
Yeah.
He put a year's worth into making that world, and that's a lot of dedication that I don't think a lot of people have. A lot of people are just gonna go out there and they're gonna make that hangout world with a simple box and bam, throw that mirror on.
Well, it's because people are attracted to
that isn't creativity.
It's what
Yeah,
people are attracted to. I mean, I could give examples about like Studio Ghibli. That was one of the first maps I remember. That's one of my favorite maps, and nobody goes to anymore. It has a day and night cycle. It has like you go at night, you go to the castle, you go to like the spa and everything. It has so many cool things in that map. Like I was blown away when I first saw that map. I was like, this is VR chat. This is the future. I can't wait to see what's coming out next. And then it's just the life box. Oh shit! And then that's
Life
what everyone
box,
did.
you get kicked out of your chair.
Yeah, life, dude. They heard me talking smack, so.
Yeah.
But
And yeah, I think the game overall, that yeah, as you said, lacking incentive to create creative and innovative new worlds. There are obviously people who are consistently doing that, but
Mhm.
these people are they're probably doing it for money, or if you're extremely lucky, I guess, or I wouldn't really say lucky, but just out of place. There's a one creative person who's making worlds
Mhm.
just because he can and trying to have a good time and stuff.
Yeah.
And to that those single few people who are out there, thank you for making those worlds, because you make VR chat fucking wonderful. Goddamn. I personally wish I had the time, and two, the energy to start making worlds, public worlds, just because I can.
Mhm.
But I have so much consumed in my life now. I've got I got college. I've got my own commissions to work on. I have streaming to do.
Mhm.
And I got a lot of studying to do from college. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, man.
It takes up a lot of your time. It takes up a lot of your time. And I didn't realize how much time I had until it was gone. Like, that's
Mhm.
something I realized going from 17 to 18 and like going to college and stuff. Like, I didn't realize how much time I had until it was all gone.
Mhm.
Like, shit.
Yeah. I could say the same about Worlds. Let me just finish with this comment. Like, I made Presentation Room Plus because I didn't like Presentation Room and I wanted to make it bigger, so I did. And I made it public. I could
Yeah.
have made that just for my friends and made it private, but I actually made the map. And I thought about remaking other maps, just making like the same concept but just better or more improved. But I got lazy. But Presentation Room Plus was I wanted to make it for the community because I just liked how like small the map was and condensed, and so I made it a lot bigger. And then I added the wall and all that stuff, and I stuck a mirror in there because I don't
The
know.
wall was the wall was probably one of the coolest things that anyone's ever done.
Well,
Like,
I got inspired because Dance Dance VR, which is a dance group, they have something exactly like that, where it's just like exactly like my wall but smaller, and it's just for the dancers. They only did it for the dancing community. They didn't do it for the general public. So I was like, oh, what if I did that, but I did it for like my friends and people part of this community? So I did.
and unfortunately, along with that, you had a little bit of a kerfuffle with a bunch of people being upset that they
Well,
didn't get on the wall. But
if I'm not on the wall, I'm
yeah,
not
oh well.
relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
whatever,
be like
dude.
that all the time.
Listen, man.
Whatever.
After I did that wall, I learned a very valuable lesson that I tell myself every day. You can't make everyone happy in life, no matter what you do. You can donate $1 million to charity, and
Truth.
people say that's not enough, or people say that's not the right charity. So there you go.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what you do, man.
Yeah.
You can't make everyone happy. And if you believe, like, if you want to make everyone happy, you're gonna be a very miserable person. So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
we need to rapid fire some of these questions here. But my next question was,
All
thoughts
right.
on udon, because it's already been just over an
Oh.
hour.
Yeah. Udon's gonna be really interesting. Having the ability to do all the more scripting and more complex triggers and stuff
Mhm.
for worlds is definitely going to be a boon for the game, especially for those creators. For one of their names, I'll give out Legends. I think he's going to be using that a lot, and I think he's going to be making some incredibly interesting and cool maps with that.
Mhm.
Because it's going to increase it's going to increase the complexity of world creation by a huge degree. And I hope more people, when that comes out, I hope more people get into it because um, it will make the game better.
Well,
I'm sure.
I
I'm sure
asked
that
I asked that question because obviously you're a map creator, so I guess you could be using udon as well to make some cool maps.
I could be using. I personally haven't thought too much about it because I don't know what it will look like, but I'm sure I will be able to use it. It's more of just I don't know what I would use it for. Like,
True. Maybe I'll
I don't
make a
know.
better talk show world.
There you go.
Next question. Do you remember how we met?
Oh, I met you.
Yeah, how we met. You and
Let
I.
me think. I remember you used to you were in the Kenny K Kona avatars.
Mhm.
Uh, a lot of brother stuff.
Hell yeah, brother.
Brother.
Brother, gee
Um,
whiz, man. I seen a thick ass today. I tell you what.
I think I met you probably in the ALA base. To be honest, probably that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
It's
I think I
probably I no
might have been.
I think yeah, because when I first got in there, I wasn't invited. I actually snuck in, and I snuck in because I think you were the host of the world, like it was a friends world, and I think you made the instance, or it was a friends plus, and I got in because either I was friends with you or somebody there, and that's how I met you and the other people.
Yeah.
And when I first saw this, because I was the pimp at the time, so I was just like, "What the hell is this, brother? I'm a pimp. This is like against everything I do and shit. Like I got
Oh
tantrums
my
and
god.
shit."
Yeah.
So I was just like, "What kind of place is this?" and I went around and took pictures and tried to like incriminate, try to find
Yeah,
blackmail. Yeah, those are good times. And I tried to
for
sneak
sure.
around. Like they were all busy like talking about whatever. And I was sneaking around in like Zentria's room. Good times. And I found that picture of her
Yep.
and the cat thing or whatever.
That can't. Yeah, that can't
Yeah.
freaking. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this? I took a picture. I think it was on my old computer, so I lost a lot of my old screenshots, unfortunately. That sucks.
Unfortunate.
So next question is thoughts on thoughts on when we first met compared to now. So what I mean by that is like obviously I used to play as Kenny K. Kona, and now I play as Ryder, this character. I asked this
Yeah.
question to every guest because I want to like, get what do you think about uh, me going from playing a character 24/7 almost to like just being me and just rebranding and playing this character now because I'm not joking, I was a character 24/7. I was basically RP guy, like I never stopped.
hmm I never thought of you being like back then. I never thought you were being weird or anything. I thought that like, to be totally honest, when you were doing the whole brother thing, I was like, oh hey, it might be just one of his quirks. Like just a thing that he likes to do a lot. So like for me, my types of quirks will definitely change with the different type of people I hang out with and the people I look
Mm-hmm.
up to. Um, so and also just some things that I might find funny, but it's always changing for me. But with you, it was always brother and stuff like
Shut,
that.
brother.
Um, brother.
Brother,
But
I can't feel my legs. Shit.
I don't think of you any. I still think of you as a good friend as much as I did back then. Um, like yeah, you definitely I definitely noticed you have a bit more of like a change of like I definitely noticed that you aren't really RPing anymore. You're not really using the brother thing as much anymore. Um, you're just being yourself and wanting the game. You've always been expressing about how the game is, how you want the game to be, hanging out with friends and just being like just chilling out, that sort of thing, chilling out with
Yeah.
friends. And I think you're doing a really good job with that now than what you were back then with all the RP stuff, that sort of thing. I think you were trying back then a lot to get into RP situations and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and because I knew that that's what you had fun doing.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
RP'd all the time.
maybe that wasn't really the,
Well,
maybe that wasn't the best idea. I don't
well,
know.
well, for me, it was fun for the time, but longevity,
Yeah,
it just wouldn't last. Because imagine like 2, 3 years from now, and I'll still be like doing like, "What's up, bro?" Like it just, to me, it just doesn't
yeah,
work. Like unless I want to be like the doc and be a character 24/7 of every game I play, it'd just be silly
yeah.
to me. So like I just did it for fun because I wanted to be different. That's the whole reason why I put on the accent and everything because everyone played, just a typical anime
You got
character.
people to notice you. You got people to notice you with it
Yeah,
though. It worked. It
'cause I
definitely.
stood out because no one else is playing a pimp and being weird and sound like they're from
Yeah,
some hick country or hick state or whatever, like some hillbilly from the south. So like, it made me stand out
yeah.
a lot more compared to anybody else. That was my whole goal. But it just didn't become fun for me anymore. It was just boring. And
Yeah,
when you get
that's understandable.
yeah, when you get called John Wick like 500 times, it's kind of like, okay, dude.
John Wick,
John Wick, is
incredible.
that you, John Wick? I'm like, no, dude, come on. But yeah, and then obviously I'm more chill now. Like I don't do that. I mean, I can still do it anytime I want. It's just I don't know.
Yeah,
I just
it's
want
not
to
really a
be
focal point
yeah.
anymore.
I want to be more relatable to people rather than playing a character 24/7. Because I felt like when I try to talk to people in a real like serious, people wouldn't take me serious because I was playing a character. So they thought I was just doing a bit all the time.
Yeah,
So
I get you.
um, my last question is, what is one thing you want changed about VR Chat if you had control? Just like it could be a small thing, a big thing, a feature, whatever you
Mm,
want changed.
I gotta think about that one because there's like a lot of stuff I'd like to see, but like one thing is definitely
Fix the network IK.
um, that is definitely one of the more top things on my list. But I understand why they can't really make it more fluid and stuff. Because like a lot of things I've like changed, it's like I know why they're not as like available. I think one thing that I would like to see would be it's kind of like a two-part solution or like a either or sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Either have like some sort of encryption for avatars in the log files for the game, or heavily crack down on the use of modded clients for the game. Um, because one thing that the game does is whenever you load an avatar, um, you basically get a direct link to download the avatar and your log files. So you can go
Yeah.
in after a play session, you can go in to your log files for the game, and you'll find a bunch of links to VRCA links, and you can copy those links, put them into your browser, and bam, you have the VRCA link for anyone's avatar, as long as you know which
Which is
who you're
what?
downloading
Yeah,
it
yeah.
from. So
I mean, it's even easier than that. People have showed me, like, if you go to like avatars like right now, and then you go to like the top right, it says a search. It's like grayed out, but on a modified client, you can make it not so it's not grayed out, and you just click search when you're clicking avatars, and you can search anyone's name, and you just clone it that way. So
yeah,
like the moment you
and
upload your account or upload an avatar, it's literally in the game. Like someone probably already has my
yeah,
avatar and yours. So
yeah, for sure. And that's unfortunate. I wish that there was some sort of either encryption for that, or
mhm.
they don't allow for those backdoors, or they get rid of those backdoors, that sort of thing. Because being able to, it just me finding out that like those like I even tried it for myself. I went into the logs and tried downloading one of those VRCA's, and bam, I could. Like anyone can do it.
Yeah,
Anyone can. It's
it's
crazy.
not really hacking. It's just a
Um,
script kiddie that knows how to do things.
yeah, it's just I wish there was some sort of encryption for it, or some better way that could have been done than just directly like logging the download link to anyone's avatar,
Mhm.
that sort of thing.
I get what you're saying.
Definitely,
I mean,
yeah.
it's hard.
I'd like to be able to go to Publix
Yeah,
and
they could
and
like hard restrict like the client that you use. Like you could make it so like if you, because they do it in other games. Like if you use a modified client, the game just doesn't work, and you're like in your own instance and nothing happens. The
yeah,
reason why like people modify the client, it may not always be for bad intentions. It could be for very
oh yeah, for
like
sure.
you let's say I want to like I don't know, like add like a jetpack in the game or something. You could do that with the client. You can modify it in any way, shape, or form. I mean, people used to
Yep.
modify the client all the time. Probably the average user modified the client for the most simplest thing, and that was to increase the poly count when uploading an avatar,
Oh yeah,
because it used to be hard
yeah. The
restricted at
SDK.
20. So everyone just edited the
Yep, I remember
SDK.
that.
Yeah, because they're just like, this stupid. I'm just gonna edit it, make it so I can upload more.
And now there is no limit. There is no limit to polys
Yeah.
anymore.
I feel like there
It's
should be,
crazy.
because some avatars are like 1 mil, and you can lag and die.
Yeah, people hit that 1 mil mark and it still doesn't split mesh. Oh my.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, that's what I like added to the game. But it's something that
Yeah.
probably far out from now.
Yeah. One of these days. Just make VR chat too.
Yeah,
On that note, I think we're gonna take some questions in the chat. So anyone that has any questions for me or Foxy, or we'll answer them. And then after that, we'll let you plug your stuff, whatever that may be, like any projects, anything going on in your life you want to talk about, and then we'll take a selfie and call it a day.
sounds good.
Yeah. Imagine paying $300 for an avatar just to get it ripped. Yeah, yeah, be like that sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Well,
me. That's me, gamer.
it sucks, but there's not
Yeah.
much you can do with the way VR chat is. I wish there was more, but that's just you know the way it is.
Yeah.
You get source files, you can only pirate the finished compile files. Yeah, I mean there are countermeasures to like uploading and making sure your stuff isn't ripped, but a lot of it isn't like simple, and you kind of know what you have to do, and it's annoying. But like I know that if anyone ever like stole my assets and then like try to sell them, like they would be in a let's just say they'd be in a lot of trouble because like this is from scratch, so they can't exact.
Genoma. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not.
Genoma has
It's a well known.
rights for it.
It's a well known avatar,
Yeah.
and she has direct rights to it. So like it'd just be really, really dumb. That's probably why people who
Yeah.
probably steal avatars probably don't show them publicly.
Give them out.
Yeah, they probably just keep
Yeah.
them for themselves or whatever they do with them. But yeah, I mean, there's been obviously times where I've seen someone who stole one of my friends' avatars and they get caught immediately because a lot of them, because people forget when you steal someone's avatar and then you publicly like post it to your account, and let's say someone clones it, it literally tells you who the original person is. So you can get banned like super
Yeah.
fast. So that's probably
Pretty
why
quick. Yeah.
people don't do that stuff. It's just whatever. I know I just wish like yeah, obviously it didn't exist, but you know it's just the way it is.
So well.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll wait a minute or two, see if there's anything else people have saying. I mean, I can just read some comments. Do you use VRChat in desktop mode sometimes, even though you have a VR setup? Yeah, for testing worlds and stuff.
Definitely for testing worlds.
Because I can't
Because
just
it's
keep,
much easier to
yeah,
load up.
I can't keep
Much easier
taking
to
off
load
the
up.
headset and doing all that stuff. It's kind of annoying. Just recently someone stole my friend's avatar, made 10 public versions, and spread it around. Also, Fox's avatar creator? Oh yeah, yeah, I know about that. I saw somebody with Blub Space, which is yours avatar. Blub
Yeah.
already knows
It's been
about
pretty
it.
public now.
Yeah,
It's been pretty public, so it's unfortunate, but he's got his own base from scratch now, and I think he's working on getting copyrights for that. So if anyone steals it, he'll clap him with that shit.
yeah. I mean, I could bring up like TDA. So like the person who owns
Yeah.
all the TDA bases, they have the right to that, and you could argue 90% of VRChat uses stolen TDA assets, and that person
do.
and most people and he or she's trying to crack down on that stuff, but like it's gotten to the problem where like there's probably
It's
like
actually
10,000s of avatars that are made like that. So I think he's a little late on that.
the problem with it as well. Well, not really a problem, but like with it, what he stated about the rules, um, you're allowed to use like TDA stuff or VR
just
chat,
can't
but
sell
you
it.
can't resell it.
Yeah.
You can't resell it. So anyone who's using TDA bases as an avatar like creator for like commissions and stuff, you should make sure you have your own base or you have the rights for it, because otherwise you could get in trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, you ain't gonna get in trouble if
No, I
someone
mean,
tattletales on you. So
Fair
I don't know. I
enough,
feel
fair
like
enough.
the problem with it was that like t- the person who owns the TDA should have started that like day one of when VRChat first started like
he
being in
never
this
he
game.
didn't realize how much he didn't realize how big it would be until it already got to
Yeah,
a
it was
point
too
where
late. Or what he should
yeah.
have done is maybe instead of giving the assets out for free, because they were usually used for Miku dance videos, maybe he should have sold them. Be like, hey, you want these assets? But then again, someone could just upload them for
unfortunately,
free. So,
someone
yeah. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
but at that point then um there'd be some more illegal stuff to throw in there, because you're
I guess
using
so.
that person could be in trouble too. I don't know.
Both of you, this would be the last question. Do you think VRChat improved your personality, and if so, in which manner? Yes, it has. What manner? Many ways. One of them would be like interacting with people that aren't on the same wavelengths as me. So like if someone was like socially awkward or anxiety or uh comes from different backgrounds or fandoms or whatever. Like typically when I played games, people were in the same wavelength. Like if I played Call of Duty on Xbox, everyone, it's kind of similar, type of person. But when you play VRChat, you're talking about people from all over the place, from all different fandoms and all over the place, varying in levels of being social and not social and all that stuff. So it made me more easier to understand people and pick up on body language and with mutes and things like that.
Definitely.
What about you?
I think it has, but I think more so with me it's just amplified what um like what is already prevalent in my personality.
Mhm.
I've been a pretty outspoken person. Granted, I get a bit shy. I think I've gotten over my shyness, at least with VR chat, and it's more of just my openness that's out for everyone to see. I don't really like hiding um, stuff that's surface level with myself. I'm pretty open when it comes to that. But granted, with IRL, I don't really talk with a lot of people, and I don't really put myself out there as much as because I'm usually more shy
Mhm.
in person. Um, like like for instance, if you were to meet me at a con for whatever reason, and someone came up to me and I didn't know who they were, but you knew who I was, I'd be a little freaked out. I'd be a little like, oh, okay, like
Okay.
hi.
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
um, I think but at least with VR chat, I feel a little bit more secure in here. And no, it's not because of the character. The character, if anything, is I don't know. She's a little revealing. I don't know. People like make fun of my
What?
titties a lot. Yeah,
What? I don't understand what you're implying.
you don't understand.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
A lot of people point out um how revealing my avatar is, and it makes me a little bit self-conscious. But I get
What
over
do you
it pretty
mean? My
quick.
thong
And
is just holding up VR chat.
shut up, shut up.
That's why it's so tight. It's holding up VR chat. Listen, if it was any tighter, this game would
Yeah,
explode.
it's fair enough. But yeah, I think I've gotten over my shyness at least in the game, and I'd like to work on it IRL, but take a little bit more time. That's for sure.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Well, anyway, on that note, we'll close her up. So, if there's anything that you would like to shout out, anything that you're working on, projects, anything you have planned for streams, anything like that, you can shout it out now.
Well, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is FoxeVR, FOXE, capital VR. Um, I post a lot of random stuff and also stuff I have going on in my life. I talk a lot about college now recently, and I post some updates for my worlds and sometimes Beat Saber and sometimes just personal thoughts and stuff. And I'm very open to like what other people have to say and stuff. And uh, I think Twitter's pretty fun to me. I like to see what other people have to say and stuff. Um, I also live stream on Twitch, so follow me on twitch.tv/FoxyVR as well. Um, I already said in the beginning that I stream Beat Saber, VR Chat, and Destiny 2. I'm always open to new games as well if I'm interested. But um, that being said, I have a few small projects I'm working on right now. If you guys have ever seen my club, my club. Have you ever showed your stream, Vixen? Like you have?
Yeah, Vixen and then Bagel Bites too, and Nickel
Yeah.
Knives.
I've been working on a world for Nags 21 called Bagel Bites, and I have my own club, Vixen. Both of them I feel really proud of. I put a lot of work into them, and I share progress with that on my Twitter from time to time. Um, yeah, that's what I have going on. So
Awesome.
that's my plug. That's my plug.
Awesome. Well, on that note, gamers, I think it's time. It's over an hour, and
Gamers.
yeah, thank you so much. This has been another interview with yourself, me, that one Rebel as the host, and Fox is my guest for tonight. So I appreciate everybody. Clappers in the chat. I hope everyone enjoyed the interview, and yeah, we'll see you later at another time for another interview or a podcast. I have plans for doing that as well. So.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you. So last thing I do with all my guests, I take a selfie with them. So let me get that going real quick. Eh. Do. This time I'll toggle the chairs off because I'm smart. What ends up happening is I'll
You see the index, your controllers or whatever.
no, it's because I'll click
In
like
picture?
I'll do like an emote like this, and it'll like teleport me into the chair when I'm trying to take a picture. So.
Uh-oh. I'm so short compared to you. Oh my god.
Don't worry, I have long arms. See, there you go. Look at that. It's magic.
Crap. Wow.
Hey, you ready? Boom. Okay, we'll take a couple more. Always take more than one, gamers.
Yes, that's good.
We'll take one more, and then I'll... there. There we go. We're good. We're Gucci.
Sweet.
Sweet gamers. Alright, just to make sure, just go back to pictures. And we're good.
Sweet.
Alright, well anyway, thank you so much for being there, being a